Welcome, Aries, to your in-depth weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 4th of May. Going to share the big themes of the week first, then on screen, your adventure on Monday. Always provides an influential backdrop. I'll then go through each of the influences frame by frame to give you a clear picture by the end of the video in terms of your energy, work, relationships and finances of what's in store this week. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. But please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. As we come into this week, the energy of the full moon is still reverberating very powerfully in the background. But what does that mean for you personally? We do have a couple of very dynamic links at the start of this week, one of them including your ruler, Mars. But if a relationship is going well, I can tell you exactly why that might be. But just at the end of last week, Mercury, the communicator, but also the planet of precision, moved into your money sector. What's the opportunity for you through to the 17th of April? But on Thursday, Pluto, the planet of power and also transformation, is inverting over the next 5 months. It's a truly important moment. So on the screen is the event chart. And although we had that full moon at the end of last week, Aries, and it did forge a T-square with Pluto right at the start of this week, the moon has moved into the much more optimistic and outgoing sign of Sagittarius, which shares your fire tropicity. And that's actually in a very bubbly link with the position of Venus. So if through that full moon there was some heart to hearts, perhaps about the future direction of your relationship, maybe about issues concerning intimacy, maybe about shared finances, that position of the moon and Venus, but also Venus's angle to Saturn, suggests you can come through, if even if there has been those important chats. But Mercury, the planet of communication, has moved into the sign of Taurus, and that's going to help you, particularly on the back of that full moon, to just look at the details of things, probe down a little bit more. But by the middle of the week, Mercury does square up with Pluto. So if there's still an ongoing conversation where you and someone else are not aligning over those finances or long-term plan, it probably will still need looking at. Now, if you're wanting to be more entrepreneurial, the ongoing right angle between your ruler Mars and Jupiter at the start of this week can give you in the first 10 days of May a lot of get up and go, or should I say even more get up and go. But that does bring us to that Pluto retrograde on Thursday, which is going to go on right through to the 16th of October. And it's going to invert 2 degrees and 27 minutes. But Pluto's been pushing you over the last couple of years to think about what your higher purpose is. Pluto can be about revelations, but sometimes we have to give something up in order to claim something new that's more appropriate, shed those proverbial skins. So whatever you've been doing different over the last couple of years, you are going to review it through the period of this retrograde. Now I'm going to summarize those 4 areas of energy, work, relationships, and finances next. But just to say, I've slashed the price of my personal horoscopes. 3 for the price of 1 now. The one you order, your life roadmap report, helps us to get an understanding of the patterns that have played out in our lives so far, but a more intimate understanding of working with them better future forwards. Free, your 12 months transits, but also your draconic soul karmic analysis. Please see the link below for more. I've been interested in astrology since I was 14. I've been full-time the last 30 years. I want to share the energy and power of the natal chart with more people because it is so helpful to negotiate our journey. Now, if you've yet to watch your May monthly forecast, Aries, that's on the screen. And if you've yet to watch your deep dive on Pluto's retrograde, that's on the screen too. If you'd like to work with me directly, please see my testimonials below. And if you've yet to take advantage of my free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning for your early day celestial pit stop, please sign up for that below too. So that summary. I think when it comes to your financial situation, it just depends on each Aries person's unique circumstances. If you feel you're on the right track as far as your future plans are concerned, I don't feel that full moon is going to knock you off course. But it may be with Mercury's help, you can tease out some more value and make some sharper decisions about where you're heading. If you're not so aligned, particularly if you work in some kind of team situation as far as your job is concerned, you could seriously think about whether you are on that right long-term plan or not. As far as energy is concerned, Saturn in your first house is going to continue to ask you to use what you've got very meagerly. So don't spread yourself too thin. But when it comes to your love life, I feel that Venus-Saturn sextile at the start of this week, if you're lucky enough to be in a relationship that's going well, that can give it a lot more stability. If you're looking for a new relationship to come into your world, I think it's about getting out and about and mingling and connecting as much as you possibly can. Have a great week, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me and look forward to seeing you again soon.